this actor has an Armani while we were shooting. She looked at the schedule and she goes, I looked at your schedule and I see that this Saturday is not working. And he has an Armani commercial that he has to shoot in Paris. And I want him to fly to Paris. And I said, absolutely not. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, first of all, you don't know how to read it. It's not the 26th off, it's the day 26. I said, also, this actor plays in almost every scene in my movie. I would be crazy to let him get on a plane and go anywhere. What if I change the schedule? What if the plane doesn't? What if the airport closes? My insurance will never cover this. And she started screaming at me and going, he's getting $4 million. I said, you know what? They should come and shoot where he is. If it's really important for you and he really wants to work on a weekend, I have no problems. They should come to him. And he was screaming for like 3 days, and I said no. But, you know, it was about the $4 million. He's getting $4 million. Great for him. But, you know, he's in contract to the movie. And you have to be very strong because all these people will come and flag in front of you and say all kinds of things. So here, you have the agencies that you have packaging that can help you also to maybe find funding. Now, I have a list here of, there are few, because the studios, basically, I think ate up all the independent productions. Like New Line was acquired, I think, by Warner Brothers. And Miramax was, you know, bought by Disney. So there are very fewer independent companies. But there are investors, there are equity investors, companies that will invest in films in Hollywood. We just did a competition, actually, that you should try next year to get on. The Producers Guild of America has once a year a competition that you can send your script, and 10 scripts from all over the world are chosen. Not a lot of people know about it. And the people who were chosen, and there were only 3 from the United States, 7 of them were from all over the world, can actually, we put them in front of investors, in front of companies that actually are looking for product. And they got the chance to pitch their product, their script that we chose. They had the chance to pitch it. And I will give you the name of these companies, that at least the ones who came for the pitch, you know, so I know they're interested. But there are few companies that come, either independent investors or hedge funds that came, you know, and invested in slate of films, whatever. It's all tax schemes, basically. A lot of them fell. A lot of them closed up after this economic problem that we had now. But a lot of them are still working. Some of them that are still there going to fall. Some of them had, you know, they're the big companies who own, you know, the how do you call them? The movie theaters, the multiplexes, you know, that will kick out, you said, right? They will kick out films that don't perform. So independent films have very, very few platforms to show their films. So you have to find the 2 independent films, and you can, you know, as a filmmaker, even in America, you can actually go to some of the small theaters and say, here is my film, at least show it. Now, let's go back to the packaging. So you have this, you have this, you have this, then of course you have foreign films, foreign sales agents, which will actually can sell your pictures territory by territory and can maybe get you advances. So the advances used to be 20%. I mean, as a normal fee. I'm not sure if you get 20% now. I haven't sold the film yet. 30? So between 20 and 30. I don't know. There were times recently that they weren't giving anything. And they were saying when the economic crisis started, they were saying, show us your film. We're not going to give you money up front. Show us your film, we can wait. So it's also another source of money that we as independent producers could not access anymore. So yes, we go back to look for private investors, and there are a lot of them. You have to find them, you know, builders, all kind of things that that will come. The good ones are people who are willing to risk and come forth and to do, you know, a certain amount of films. A one film investor probably is going to lose his money and he's never going to come back. If they're smart people, they know that out of 10 films, 9 will lose, the 10th one will make you all the money that you lost all the time. This is the formula that is used. But there are few companies in Los Angeles that actually are independent and producing. There is Lakeshore, there is Endgame. It's privately owned company that have been there for a long time. Now always looking for products. They do sell their films before they go to production. And they usually will try to get their money, the negative cost of the film, from foreign and VOD markets, and then the domestic is something that they don't really, it's the money that they're going to make after, but they're going to cover before. But if they manage to sell your film, because you manage to have a good cast, which this is what sells in America. The cast more than anything else. And to get good cast, you have to get a good film, a good script. So there are many ways to fund it. You have to really be very daring. Very daring. Just have the guts to go look for it.
In all of this private equity, I'm assuming, as you said, everybody's in it for the money. That means that the producer maybe doesn't put up so much money, I assume, but gets it otherwhere. How does the producer retain copyright of the film? Or is that even a question? How does the producer make money out of this if they didn't start out really rich?
Well, the producer usually should negotiate a fee.
So it's based on a fee only?
No, it's not based on a fee only. The producer normally in Hollywood gets a fee and gets percentage. If he is a very strong producer, he gets a gross. Very few of us get gross receipts. The ones that maintained power and made some big, big money makers can ask for this. The rest of us, we get nets, which we never see the money. We do have it in writing, it's really good, but we never see the money. We all know we're never gonna see the money. So we negotiate higher fees up front. This is why actors want to have higher fees, because they know that they're never gonna see the money in the back end. There are actors that are very strong that can ask for the first dollar. We know that Tom Cruise gets like, I think, the first something. Huh?
Liz Taylor did the same. Elizabeth.
Yeah. The people who don't really need it get it. You know, this is the rule of the world. This is how it works. And they're very, very adamant about it. But yeah, you should. It's a matter of building a reputation and building your strengths. And I really believe in loyalties. I really believe if you work with the same people, even as, with the same sales company, if you really manage to keep good relationships with the people that you work with, and it could be your production team and your DP and your salespeople and your distribution people, and you see, I think if you do one good film and then you do one more good film, the third film, you can say, you know what, I delivered 2 good films. You didn't lose money.